What do you do when you feel constant tension in the head and face day in, day out? I try and sit with it and put my attention on it, but nothing happens. But stop focusing on trying to get rid of it. Just sit there and give it tension. It's welcome as long as it wants to stay. And the reason that it's welcome is because that's an appearance of God. That's what God is creating. That's what life is creating. And then the you is, how long will it stay? So just rest the attention on it openly. You can also imagine the energy going up and out of the head. Lisa, are there charities that you support? Come on, what charities do you reckon I would support? Begins with woof woof. You don't even need to ask. I'm a massive supporter of dogs. So I support dogs charities in the UK, not outside of the UK. I sometimes give to the Thai place where I rescued Khaleesi from. Yeah, dog ones, yes. I didn't even need to reply. Yeah, Keith. I mean, it's really beautiful to change things. I mean, I started. I'm now 36 years old, and I started doing political activism when I was 18, and it's really beautiful, the attempt. But where I really realised it was when I worked in the West Bank in Israel, and it was this little girl got shot in the neck and killed, and her family went and blew themselves up, or two of her cousins went and blew themselves up and killed um, two Israeli soldiers, and that night they were all celebrating in the street, and they were upset that I didn't want to celebrate, and it just really made me cry. I wasn't angry with them because it's so awful what the Israeli army did to this Palestinian family. I understood that mentality and where it came from and the hatred they felt for years and years of oppression, but I realised that they hated. So even if we liberated them as a group, which wasn't going to happen, but even if we did, they would do the same eventually. They hated the Israelis. It was so sad. That really, 6 months after that, I experienced a big period of depression. It was so painful, that realization that that unless you change human mentality, then there's never going to be peace, ever. I mean, we've managed to achieve a relative peace in our societies, but it makes me so sad what we do to the animals and what we do to third world countries. Even in France here, it's a really beautiful town where I live. And it's a really wealthy town, but barely any of the workers are French because the minimum wage isn't enough. So it all goes to Polish people, Romanian people. So they come here and to them it's a good wage. It makes me so sad that minimum wage isn't enough for people to live off. And then you have people that are so rich in our societies. I mean, it's just really, really a whole mentality has to change. Because the rich people aren't going to fight for the workers. Even the middle class aren't going to fight for the workers. Cheap labour. It's the only way. It really is. If you want to become a political activist, support non-duality. It has to be the mind changes first. And you can do relative things like buy organic meat, buy free range meat, buy from local suppliers the meat, rather than big factory farms. You can do all those sorts of things, but really, mentality has to change, or this is hopeless. Greed rules.